Hello there, welcome to our channel Trendy Movie Recap. Our channel gives you movie briefs while capturing the moral of the movie storyline. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time we post a video in future.
This video is based on a movie titled Cruella. The movie begins with a woman giving birth to a girl, Cruella, as a narrator narrates her story. Most people don't like her since her hair is black and white divided in half. She touches her mother's necklace and later destroys some cloth her mother stitched, calling it ugly. Her mother takes her to school and tells her that she belongs there as much as everyone else. As she goes in, her mother tells her to be good and friendly. She turns the jacket inside out and goes in where he meets two boys who mock her. A girl, Anita, comes up to her, introduces herself and tells her to ignore them. The boys continue mocking her until she fights one and is taken to the head of the school who makes a mark on her book. As she eats, the boys come and throw her in the trash can where she finds a dog, Buddy, and takes it home. A boy throws a ball to Anita and she catches it before it hits her, then throws it hitting him. The head of the school takes her in and makes the mark continuously until she is expelled. Cruella and her mother drive off to the city with all their stuff while she talks to her about her fashion and design talent. She asks why her mother is in her best dress, to which she talks about making a stop to a friend who can help them. Cruella promises her mom to be less trouble from then on. They come to a place where the gate is inscribed with the words Hellman Hall. They stop and park the car where her mom gives her her necklace and tells her to wait in the car, then leaves. She goes out of the car and inside the house to peep and followed by Buddy. As they watch the show going on, Buddy runs off and Cruella follows to stop him. John the valet spots her and catches her, and as he takes her out, Buddy bites on his leg where he releases her. As she runs, she meets with dogs from the residence which run after her. She dodges them, picks Buddy and runs outside where she spots her mother talking to a woman, Baroness. She runs towards her and trips, falling over flowers onto some grass. As she tries to wake up, the dogs come jumping over, headed to her mother, who they throw over a cliff. On witnessing her mother's death, she runs off, leaving the necklace on the grass. She jumps into a truck which takes her to London, where she stops at a fountain after she jumps off the truck. She sleeps there, and on waking up in the morning she comes across two boys, Jasper, Horace, and their dog, Wink. A police officer comes by and chases them to an abandoned building where Jasper and Horace live. She tells them that her mother is dead, to which Jasper suggests she join their gang. She joins them and dyes her hair, where they then live like a family. They teach her a lot, and they all become very good at stealing, which becomes their way of life. They steal even more expensive things which help her in designing great disguises for their job. She later becomes fed up with the lifestyle and wishes to be more. On her birthday, they bring her a cake and Jasper surprises her with an offer of employment from Liberty of London. He explains how he got it, while Horace thinks there is a plan for stealing from there and keeps asking about it. She reports to work and realizes that her work is for cleaning and taking out trash. She tries to convince her manager that she can work well with needles, to which he does not listen. She goes out to throw trash and finds Jasper and Horace with the dogs bringing her lunch, then leave. Some of the trash falls on her, after which she tries to go in and realizes the door has locked itself. She goes up front, and as she comments about the display, the manager spots her. She goes in and the manager tells her to remove a banana slice from her face, then tells her to go to his office. In his office he orders her to clean it up and insults her, after which she tries to convince him to give her a chance at designing. As she cleans the office, she spots the liquor in the cabinet and takes it. She gets drunk and walks around the building dancing when she sees the dress on the mannequin on display. She goes into the place where it is and talks to it about not leaving it looking like that. She is woken up by Jasper and Horace alongside other people staring at the display she made. The manager comes in and takes her away and collides with Horace, who steals his wallet. He is informed of the arrival of the Baroness, a famous fashion designer, and loses hold of Cruella. The Baroness comes in and compliments the display made by Cruella on the window. Cruella and Jasper are watching while in hiding when they are spotted and are caught while running. The Baroness offers her a job after being informed she was fired, to which her assistant gives her a card. Horace distracts everyone, after which Jasper and Cruella free themselves, and they all run out onto a bus. Cruella takes the card from her mouth and sees the words House of Baroness on it, which she can't believe. The next day she visits the fountain, after which she goes to the Baroness house to work. The Baroness comes in and gives a speech, and then orders everyone back to work. Everyone makes a design, after which they line up next to it for the Baroness to inspect. The Baroness goes through through all the designs, judging each negatively, until she gets to Cruella's outfit and modifies it a bit. Cruella is on the streets when she comes into a boutique and meets Artie, the storekeeper. They share some knowledge about the clothes, after which she tells him they are going to be very good friends. The Baroness comes into her house and orders Cruella to bring her lunch, then goes to her office. Cruella comes back with the food and finds her with some gentleman, who she insults just before they leave. Her lawyer, Roger, comes in just as the Baroness checks her food, and then goes on to take her power nap. They later drive to another office as Cruella draws more designs, which impresses the Baroness. As the Baroness is changing clothes, Cruella sees the guards taking her jewelry from a safe. She makes a drawing with instructions from the Baroness, after which she corrects it in her own style. The Baroness likes it and calls her something, to which she goes to the fountain and talks about. She later comes to her office where, as she is drawing, she sees her mother's necklace on the Baroness' neck. She asks her about it and they talk, in which the Baroness insults her mother. As she is about to take her nap, Roger comes in and wakes her up for a meeting, to which they leave. Cruella is seated at the park when Jasper and Horace show up with the dogs. She narrates the story and tells of her plan to steal the necklace, to which they all agree. They sit at home and make a plan on how to make the heist during an event at the Baroness' house. Cruella goes around the house making sure to understand the security setup while the Baroness takes her nap. She tells them of how women are taken out of the Baroness parties for various reasons. They then go to the event where Jasper and Horace come in to do the robbery, while Cruella makes a distraction. Horace makes it to the safe but does not find the necklace, which Cruella notices on the Baroness' neck. He is then caught by the guards while Jasper makes a new plan for the robbery and getaway. Cruella introduces herself to the Baroness, with whom they sit and talk for a while. Jasper makes a scene with some mice while Cruella snatches the necklace and throws it to Buddy. Horace falls from the upper floor onto a cake where the gas container he had fills the room with the gas. The Baroness notices Buddy with the necklace and whistles to her dogs, which ran after him. At the moment, Cruella recognizes the sound from the day her mother died and realizes the Baroness killed her. Everyone runs out of the building where Cruella and her team find their getaway car being towed. She runs and steals a car, with which she drives them away, recklessly hitting other vehicles on the way. She stops on Jasper's order, where she tells them about her realization, after which she decides to take revenge. In the morning, she finds Jasper and Horace having breakfast, where she interrupts and gives them a job before leaving. She goes to Anita's workplace where she talks to her and convinces her to write her story. Jasper, Horace and Wink make a plan and manage to capture the Baroness dogs. Cruella goes into Artie's store and talks to him about her plan, asking for his help. He agrees and goes to her home, where they find Jasper and Horace trying to calm down the new dogs. Artie goes downstairs to set up while Cruella goes in to prepare for her job at Baroness after talking rudely to Jasper. She gets to work late and finds other designers at Baroness' office who ask for the spring collection. She leaves and goes home, where Artie and his designers are working while Horace manages to calm the dogs down. Cruella shows up at Baroness events and outshine her, while Anita takes pictures and prints stories of this. The Baroness comes in and asks for ideas for a signature piece, asking Cruella to show her work. Baroness monitors Cruella, who is eating and drawing during lunchtime, and takes the drawings, putting one in her collection. Cruella later shows up on yet another one of her events and steals the show with the help of Jasper and Horace. The Baroness tells Roger to make a case on Cruella, and after he tells her of the impossibility, she fires him. She then goes to the office where Anita works and asks her who Cruella is and where she is. She threatens to make her cry, creating tension in her, then leaves. Jasper and Horace try getting the dogs to poop while checking if the necklace is there. The Baroness comes in and asks Cruella if she has finished, where she responds that she is waiting for the delivery man. Horace brings in the deliveries, which Cruella checks out as the Baroness watches. Cruella spends the night finishing up the dress, which startles everyone in the morning. The Baroness comes in and is mesmerized by the dress, after which she leaves with Cruella. They go to a restaurant where she injures the waiter with the bottle cock, after which they talk for a while. Jasper and Horace break into the Baroness house and wake the guard up, after which they run out. Cruella comes in and finds the Baroness locking her spring collection into a metallic safe. She steals a pin from one of the workers just as everybody else leaves. As Artie leaves, Jasper sits to talk to Cruella about her behavior, to which she gives credit to both her personalities. The Baroness gives John an order to arrest Cruella as soon as she arrives at her event. She is later informed that the safe cannot be opened and it has jammed. The guests are already seated when they manage to break the door to the safe. A huge number of butterflies fly out from the safe, creating chaos and sending the guests outside. The Baroness looks inside only to realize that her collection was fully destroyed by the butterflies. Cruella starts a huge show right outside the Baroness' house with the help of Jasper and Horace. She wears a coat with colors and design that makes the Baroness think she killed her dogs. The police show up, to which people disperse as Jasper and Horace think she has abandoned them. The Baroness spots Horace and has them followed. Cruella goes into a food store and sees a broadcast about her show on television. She arrives home to find Jasper and Horace tied up with Baroness and her guards all around. The Baroness threatens to kill her, to which she says she will blame it on Jasper and Horace. The guards pour oil all over the house as Jasper and Horace are taken outside. They then tie up Cruella on the seat, and as they leave, the Baroness lights up the place. Cruella tries to free herself and falls over with her seat, where the dogs try to help her out. As she passes out, she sees a man standing right in front of her, then picks something from the floor. Television broadcasts announce the death of Cruella just as Jasper and Horace are arrested. Cruella comes to sit with Buddy inside John's house. John brings her some tea, after which they sit and talk about her life. He tells her that the Baroness is her biological mother, then narrates her story to her. She is baffled by this and leaves on a postman's motorcycle to the fountain, where she talks for a while. The police commissioner reports to the Baroness that he did not find Cruella's body, after which she insults him as he leaves. Jasper and Horace are in a cell talking about Cruella when she drives in through the front door. Wink brings them some metal which they use to break out of the cell and disguise themselves as officers. Cruella catches up with them and tells them of the Baroness, after which they go to John's house. She apologizes to them, then asks for their help in destroying the Baroness completely. She later goes to Artie and also convinces him to help her with her plans. They make plans on sabotaging an event at the Baroness mansion, where they make costumes for all the guests. The Baroness assistant prepares the venue, while the Baroness talks to John as she prepares herself. She orders her bodyguards to find and capture Cruella if she comes to the party. Guests start arriving at the party in the costumes Cruella provided, and are attacked by the guards. They later realize that everyone has the same attire, and the assistant tries to inform the Baroness, who pushes him away. Jasper and Horace make a plan to eliminate the guards with the help of Artie. The Baroness comes in and realizes that everyone in the party is dressed as Cruella and has no chance of finding her. She welcomes everyone and makes a toast to Cruella, of which everyone exclaims. Artie helps out Horace in destroying one of the bodyguards that had attacked him. The Baroness comes down the stairs and asks Anita where Cruella is. Cruella also comes down the stairs headed towards the Baroness as Jasper watches. She pinches her with a pin and steals the dog whistle from her and goes into the bathroom to change. The guards try to push out the door to the room they are locked in while Cruella goes out. Cruella blows the whistle, which makes the dogs pull the Baroness towards the window to see her. She goes outside and directs the dogs to attack her, to which they are calmed down by Cruella. John, Artie and Jasper direct everyone to go outside while the Baroness talks to Cruella. While everyone is watching, the Baroness hugs Cruella and then pushes her off the cliff. Everyone is astonished by her actions as she tries to play innocent. Police come in and arrest her as the guards look over the rail to check and see if she is there. A funeral for her Estella personality is on while a narrator explains this. Cruella had willed her fortune from her other personality to herself. She arrives just as the Baroness is put in the police van by the police commissioner. The narrator tells of how she survived the fall after being thrown off by the Baroness. Cruella throws the necklace on the coffin and leaves with her team, including the 3 Baroness dogs. Cruella removes part of the name from the gate to the Baroness mansion and leaves it as Hell Hall. She and her team then go into their newly acquired property and start planning on how to remodel. The movie ends as Roger and Anita receive a black polka puppy each and an invitation. Please subscribe to our channel for more of such videos, share our videos, and leave a comment on the comment section.